Time now, 11:03 p.m. on this Wednesday night, August 27th, 2014. Time now for the Waterman Issue, PJ Wiggins, the late night report. Wednesday night, August 27th, 2014. Good evening, everybody. Current conditions at 11 o'clock in North Massachusetts, 73 degrees of temperature, a few clouds. Humidity 69%, wind speed west about 3 miles per barometer, 20 about 86 inches, 2.62 degrees, and a visibility of 10 miles. Take a look at a little radar scope. It shows us rain showers around the Southbridge, Massachusetts. In line of rain showers in the Cape Ann, clustering stretching down off the Cape Ann, off the North Shore coastline of Massachusetts here. We'll zoom it out and it shows a line of rain showers and a few storms from eastern New York around Albany, stretching to southern Vermont, up in New Hampshire, northern Maine, and up in Quebec. A lot of rain showers in southern Maine around in Portland and Augusta and down through Auburn areas here. In a line of the rain showers and storms down for West Virginia, southern Illinois, eastern Missouri, line of showers and storms from western Missouri, stretching western Iowa down through Kansas and South Dakota, down through Colorado, down through Wyoming. A lot of rain showers around western Oklahoma, western Texas, and New Mexico. A lot of rain showers from southeastern Texas and Louisiana here. And a line of rain showers, spotty rain showers from British Columbia down through Alberta. Leeds, Illinois, good evening. 70 degrees with clear skies here. Take a look at our satellite loop here. Shows a line of clouds coming from northern New England up to Quebec and down through Atlantic Canada, and a line of clouds from coastal Maine down through eastern Massachusetts coastline here. A line of clouds from western Pennsylvania stretching to the 7 Ohio Valley. Great Lakes here, a line of clouds from the Virginians down to the Ohio Valley, stretching down the middle, Mississippi down up to South Dakota, stretching down to the western Texas Gulf Coast. And a line of clouds from Wyoming down to Utah, Colorado, and Nevada. And stretch down to New Mexico here. Take a look at our map situation here. Cold front down for Colorado, and stretching it down to Kansas, and station front from Missouri, stretching in Indiana, cold front from Kentucky, stretching it up to 7 Ohio, Pennsylvania, stretching in New England up into Nova Scotia. Followed by stretching from southwestern Saskatchewan and eastern Montana, followed by from western South Dakota down to Nebraska, another followed by from southwestern Kansas, stretching western Oklahoma down to Tennessee, followed by from southeastern Texas and down from northeastern New Mexico, followed by down for western Mexico, and a followed by from southern Nevada, stretching into western Arizona, and a followed by down for coastal South Carolina and Georgia, and followed by between southern tip of Florida and Cuba. Current conditions around the region or around the country: 75 degrees of temperature in Boston, 71 in Pittsburgh, 79 in New York, 82 in Washington, D.C., 81 in Atlanta, 85 in Miami, 84 in Brownsville, 87 in Dallas, Texas, 79 in Kansas City, 73 out in Omaha, 70 in Chicago, 68 in Detroit, 71 in Minneapolis, 73 in Great Falls, Montana, Salt Lake City, Utah, 69 in Denver, 99 out in Phoenix, 77 out in Albuquerque, 94 in Las Vegas, 75 in Los Angeles, 64 in San Francisco, and 81 out in Seattle. Our current conditions around the region: we have a 75 degree temperature reading for Boston, 77 in Pittsburgh, 71 in Bedford, 73 in Beverly and Gloucester, and in Boston Harbor, and in Norwood and Milford, 70 in Worcester, 71 in Sturbridge, 72 in Webster, 73 in Taunton, 70 in New Bedford, 73 in Plymouth, 70 in Provincetown, 71 out in Chatham, 68 in Falmouth, and in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket, 71 in Cape Cod Bay, 70 in Block Island, 72 in Wesley and in Providence, and in Smithfield, 76 out in New York, 75 in Islip, 72 in Montauk, 75 in Islip, 77 in Bridgeport and New Haven, 71 in Danbury, 70 in Waterbury, 72 in Meriden, 75 in Hartford and Windsor-Oxton and Springfield, 74 in Amherst, 73 out in Greenfield, 69 in Pittsfield and in Northampton, 32 out in Albany, New York, 71 in Bennington and in Brattleboro and Jeffrey, New Hampshire, and 70 out in Keene, New Hampshire, 73 in Concord, New Hampshire, 74 in Manchester, New Hampshire, 77 in Nashua, New Hampshire, and it is 79 degrees out in Portsmouth, New Hampshire here. Forecast discussion around the country here. Threat of flash flooding is expected to move from the north central plains into the upper Midwest during the next couple of days. It appears to be the main focus of heavy rain Over the next couple of days, it'll be in the midsection of the country, moving slowly if at the upper Midwest that is responsible for a frontal system. Slowly northward across the central plains in an upper level trail across from the Great Central Rockies. The upper level trail will also include the formation of its surface low pressure centers along the main surface low is forecast in the middle east, northwestward across Nebraska, South Dakota tonight into the Thursday and across the upper Midwest on Friday. Heavy rains and thunderstorms ahead of this. Low could be lead to flash flooded across the aforementioned areas. Over the northeast and in the Midland, mainly fine weather will be near normal to the normal temperatures. The below normal temperatures can be expected beyond a cold front as Hurricane Cristobal passes away well off to the east coast safely. Summer heat will prevail to the south, and the cold front will be dry conditions across much of the south, as the only exception to be the western Gulf Coast, where tropical low is slowly approaching Texas. Showers and thunderstorms can be expected in the coastal areas, but are expected to become more widely scattered as the low forecast of the weekend and become more diffused with time. In the west, showers and thunderstorms in the central Southern Rockies should become more isolated when as the time upper level departs. The region of the cold front coming in after Canada can trigger some showers and thunderstorms from the over Rockies late to Thursday and Friday and summer heat. For the remainder of the west, weather should continue to be fine and dry on Friday. Take a look at the forecast discussion round. New England here, a cold front will sweep across southern New England overnight. Dry weather, less humidity will move beyond in the front. For Thursday and Friday, Hurricane Cristobal will pass well offshore late tonight and Thursday, bringing dangerous surf and rip currents to south-facing ocean beaches of Rhode Island and Massachusetts, and pleasant weather lingers on the Saturday. Then its front will sweep across New England late Sunday and Monday, bringing unsettled conditions. Here, showers and thunderstorms that have diminished with sunset. Any remaining storms will be still threatened to locally heavy downpours. Precipitable water valleys remain are above 1.5 inches. Cold front was positioned in the northwestern areas early in the night. I expect that this front will be moving throughout the remainder of the southern New England by sunrise. Areas of fog will linger along the south coast until the cold front moves toward morning. Take a look at the latest on Cristobal, our 11 o'clock advisory here, 34.1 in the north, 69.9 in the west, maximum sustained wind 75 miles per hour, movement northeast at 20 miles per hour. And it will mean the hurricane as it moves out to sea and up into the Northland coastline here. Around the southwestern tip of Iceland could get a tropical storm by about late Sunday night, early Monday morning here. Latest public advisory on Hurricane Cristobal. Cristobal expected to pass well in the northwest of Bermuda by tomorrow morning here. Location about 320 miles west-northwest of Bermuda and 325 miles, 525 kilometers east-southeast of Cape Patterson, North Carolina here. Is somebody watches one is effect. A tropical storm watches effect first. Bermuda for storm information specific to your areas outside of the United States. Please monitor issued by your National Meteorological Service for the products here. At 11 p.m. at Atlantic Standard Time 300 UTC, the center of Hurricane Cristobal was located near latitude 34.1 in the north, longitude 69.9 in the west. Cristobal is moving toward the northeast near 20 miles per hour, 31 kilometers, and this motion is a bit faster forward speed. It expected over the next 48 hours, and on the forecast track, the center of the Cristobal will pass well to the northwest of Bermuda on Thursday morning. Maximum sustained winds are near 75 miles per 120 kilometers with higher gusts and some strength in its forecast. During the next day or so, and Cristobal is expected to become a powerful extratropical cyclone with the Northern Atlantic Friday night. Cristobal is a large wind field with hurricane force winds extend out to 60 miles, 95 kilometers from the center, and 20 coastal storm force winds extend outward to 205 miles, about 335 kilometers, and maximum central pressure is 94 millbars per almost 6 inches. Surf swells generated by Cristobal affected Bermuda and portions of the United States East Coast from North Carolina northward to Long Island will spread northward to southern New England on tomorrow. These swells are likely to cause light-threatening surf and rip current conditions. For more information, please consult products from your local weather office and wind tropical storm conditions as possible in Bermuda tonight and early Thursday. Okay, let's take a look at showers, thunderstorm activity within a weak area of low pressure. Over the northwestern Gulf of Mexico, currently limited, however, some development of the system is still possible before it moves inland with South Texas and Northern Mexico on Thursday. Formation chance for 4 hours, low 20%, and formation chance for 5 days, low about 20%. And on top of the wave located near the lesser Antilles continues to produce directional eyes, clouded dust showers, and this system is expected to move generally westward across the Caribbean Sea with little development during the next few days. However, environmental conditions could become favorable for some development in an area next weekend within the weak western Caribbean Sea or southern Gulf of Mexico. Formation chance for 4 hours, low 0% and formation chance for 5 days, low 10%. Here. And tropical storm Marie here, 23.8 in the north, 126.4 west as 11 p.m. Eastern time, northwest 60 miles per hour movement at maximum sustained winds, 60 miles per hour to become a post-tropical storm at about 8 p.m. on Thursday. Public advisory at 8 p.m. Pacific time to the UTC. The sort of the tropical storm Marie was located near latitude 23.8 north, latitude 126.4 to west, and Marie is moving toward the west-northwest near 60 miles per hour, 26 miles per hour, kilometers an hour. Alternating toward the northwest is expected early Thursday, with a decrease in forward speed in Friday forecast. Maximum sustained winds have been decreased to near 60 miles per hour, 95 kilometers an hour over cold water. And an additional weakening is expected during the next 40 hours, and Maria is forecast to become a post-tropical cyclone on Thursday. Tropical storm force wind is expected up to 185 miles per hour, 295 kilometers from the center, and estimated minimum central pressure is 992 millibars to 29.3 inches, and surface swells generated by Maria are expected to gradually subside in the extreme southern Gulf of California on Thursday and the west coast by California Peninsula and the southern California coastline Friday. Life-threatening surfing rip currents are likely as well as these swells, as well as minor coastal flooding. For more information, please consult the products from your local weather office. Here, excuse me. And abundant sunshine is forecast for tomorrow, but the air will be noticeably cool and dry with highs mostly in the 70s to some 80s around the Bristol and Pilgrim County and around downtown Providence and down for south coastal Connecticut. So 72 to 82 degrees will be predicted high for tomorrow. And check a look at outside it. It's a clear night here. Okay, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Here. While you're sleeping in the... Let's take a look at hazardous weather outlook. Day 2 for 7. Thursday for Tuesday, there'll be low probability of a few thunderstorms. Late Sunday and Monday, and storms may produce locally heavy rainfall. Here. Also overnight hours at Chester showers at thunderstorms made before 2 a.m. and Petrovac after 3 a.m. Otherwise, both the Cascades alone 64 degrees and light west wind chance precipitation 40% and rainfall amounts of less of 10 minutes and checks around amounts possible thunderstorms. For Thursday, most of the Cascades under 80 degrees in northwest wind about 9 miles per hour. Thursday night, most of the coast got alone 55 degrees in northwest wind about 6 miles per hour. Friday, Cascades under 74 degrees, north wind about 6 miles coming northeast in the afternoon. Friday night, podcast got alone 53 degrees. South wind about 3 to 5 miles per hour. Saturday, both the Cascades under 77 degrees. Saturday night, podcast got low on 63 degrees. Sunday, thunderstorms partly Cascades under 87 degrees and transportation 30%. Sunday night, showers and thunderstorms most Cascades low on 69 degrees and transportation 40%. Labor Day, at Chester showers and most of the Cascades will have near 82 degrees and transportation 40%. Monday night, most Cascades low on 65 degrees. Tuesday, most of the Cascades under 81 degrees. Tonight, Chester showers and most Cascades low on 63 degrees and transportation 30%. And for Wednesday, part Cascades under 82 degrees. Predators, what a phase of the night. Ice. Pleasant Thursday and Friday tap here. Peter Channel News Time, 11:18, time now for a little traffic report. Route 3 on the southbound side, slow in the Hingham stretch, and Mass Park westbound side, slow from South Boston down to the Puget Tunnel here. But otherwise, a smooth sailing commute on this late Wednesday night, and it is time now for the Peter Channel News Late Night Report on this August 27, 2014, on a Wednesday night. Good evening, buddy. I'm Peter Wiggins. It is what's happening here. Accidental shooting. As a 9-year-old handled a Uzi gun shot its owner was died instantly here. as criminal charges won't be filed against an Arizona gun range where a 9-year-old girl learned to use a submachine gun, accidentally shot and killed her instructor. Here, Boston Marathon bombing suspect Johar Zarnev. Sister has been accused of threatening to bomb a New York City woman and has been arrested. Here, an Israeli couple took their wedding photo in an army staging area on the Israeli-Gaza border near Kibbutz Yad Manduchi on Israel on Wednesday. The wealth creation in China has been quite rapidly, particularly among entrepreneurs such as Jack Ma and that have created businesses that benefit from China's virtual middle class, according to a Shanghai-based portfolio manager Dalton. Stacey Bells won into the first round in the United States Open and to become the youngest main draw victor in 1996. After summer discontent, employees at Market Basket, the New England supermarket chain, worked by protesting and customer boycotts, will be smiling about heading back to work. The MTA Yazats gets cleaning contractors delayed. The planning changes he told to the staff levels while we continue to hold discussions at CIU. Joe Pestaro, spokesman at the MTA, told Boston.com for the immediate future for the cleaning contractors. They found her in the back of a car. Drunk, she was with a man who was found with pornographic photos at home. She was 12 years old. As reported reveals, the horrors of 14 sexually abused children in British town. Washington, the United States is to push to build international campaign against Islamic State and state jihad fighters in Iraq and Syria are included recruiting partners. For potential joint military action, Obama military officials said. Smoke rose from the Syrian village of Quinta on Wednesday after a battle in which Islamic opposition fighters in Syria seized the cadet to a crossing point. Russian soldiers unloaded T-72 tanks were trained at near the Crimean capital Simferopol. Russian T-72 tankers were regular side of Crimea afterwards annexed, but it wouldn't need Ukraine to. Paris Arnaud Montebourg stood this week as President Francis Hollande's economy minister after backing the French government in line in austerity. One on Wednesday that Europe was headed for serious economic problems and less officials. Appeals court overturned hate crime conviction on Amish Hatter killing case. Here, in Boston, the Melbourne and American journalist held captive by military group Islamic State released a video on Wednesday appealing directly to the group's leaders for release. Houston police issued an Amber Alert for a missing daycare van carrying 4 children in which they said was stolen at a fast food restaurant on Wednesday night. Colonel James Keefe, who commanded the Massachusetts Air Guard's 104 Fighter Wing, addressed his news media Wednesday on a crash of the unit's F-15C Eagle fighter jet in Virginia. Kent Sorensen, who took under the table the money in 2011, pleaded guilty to one count of causing a federal campaign committed to a false report and expenditures of one contract of obstruction of justice. The FBI's investigating traces of committed the banking giant JP Morgan Chase U.S. Banks officials said Wednesday night in Seoul. Kia Motor Corporation, South Korea's number 2 automaker, said Thursday it will be build a U.S. $1 billion production plant in Mexico by 2016 in bid to meet the growing demand and tap new markets. The new iPhone 6 models might not be the thing that Apple is going to interrupt on September 9th, with the long-awaited iWatch also reported said to be light today. Apple has once again failed to screw ban the sales of the U.S. and some smartphones and tablets that have been found in infringement of pay. Since Sanrio has released Hello Kitty, she's supposedly adorable feline character that adorns everything from lunchboxes to toasted t-shirts and lingerie. In fact, is Nana Cat. Dan Story signed off on our last broadcast as anchor at ABC World News tonight in New York as David Muir Wright will become anchor and managing editor of the program in September. David Choice was reported to say that Tony Spar was not dead, but it claims that the comments were taken out of context. Discovery Channel has not decided to pull the plug on the Sons and Guns following a disturbing episode on star William Hayton, the 44 gunsmith, and shot one against screaming and charged for raping his 12-year-old daughter, according to documents obtained. Our species of fish native in Africa could shed light on the evolutionary process that led to fish to move to our land, science recorder Pro said. The first time humans have observed the movement of the mysterious sailing stones of Death Valley's race track player caught on camera. The Mars mover Curiosity used its dust removal tool to a great bunch of the target. called Bonanza King. The rope is given and wobbly working it tonight. With no muscles on our toes and fingers, how come humans are able to climb something in the area? My girl suspect me infected a bar. Virus says a temperature check at a government hospital in Kinema, seriously on August 16th, and new study found that blood pressure increases with altitude and medication to lower blood pressure does not help. And now your technician with a documentary hit and reality show Cops was shot and killed during a filming of a robbery in progress, according to the WOWT and Omaha police. Nebraska responded about robbery in progress. And in Milton, Massachusetts, head-on collision ran off and moves. 6 injuries. Request for 3 ambulances scene. In Holyoke, Massachusetts, armed robbery in Lyman Street and Walnut Street. Store robbed a knife where the clerk activated to hold up alarm and suspect showed a knife. Describes Hispanic male wearing a white t-shirt around his face. Last seen running down Lyman Street to Side Street. Let's hope he's caught. And that is going to be it. Fired up. Waterman Just Pre-Show News late now. Putting this August 27, 2014 on a Wednesday night. PJ would say, but good night. See you tomorrow. In the morning with a good night with a good positive. Good night. See you tomorrow morning.